Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today to remind you of something simple yet profoundly powerful. You can do it. Belief in yourself is the foundation of everything you will ever achieve. It is the spark that ignites the fire of success and the force that drives you forward, even when things get tough. Without belief, no dream can come to fruition, no challenge can be overcome, and no obstacle can be defeated. It's not just about having confidence in your abilities, it's about trusting in your potential to grow, adapt, and evolve. At its core, belief in yourself is rooted in the understanding that you have inherent value. It's the recognition that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment, not because of what you've accomplished, but because of who you are at your core. This belief is not based on perfection, because no one is perfect. It's based on the acceptance that you are capable of learning, failing, and rising again. It's about acknowledging that your journey is unique and the mistakes along the way are part of the process, not the definition of your worth. In a world filled with external pressures and opinions, believing in yourself can be difficult. Society often places value on external validation, such as grades, achievements, and the approval of others. These things can be important, but they should not define your self-worth. Your belief in yourself comes from within, independent of external expectations or judgments. It means that no matter what others may say or think, you stand firm in the knowledge that you have something to offer that is valuable, even if that value is not immediately visible. Belief in yourself also means understanding that you are the only one responsible for your future. No one else can do the work for you, and no one else can change the course of your life without your consent. You hold the power to shape your destiny. This doesn't mean you won't face setbacks or moments of doubt. It doesn't mean the path will always be clear or smooth. What it does mean is that when faced with difficulty, your belief in yourself will be the anchor that keeps you grounded. It will remind you that you have the strength to endure, the wisdom to learn, and the resilience to bounce back. Often, self-doubt can creep in, especially when you're faced with challenges that feel insurmountable. It's easy to look at someone else's success and wonder why you haven't reached that same level, or to focus on the things you've yet to accomplish rather than the progress you've made. But belief in yourself is about focusing on the journey, not the comparison. It's about recognizing that everyone has their own unique timeline. While others may be further ahead, it doesn't diminish your worth or the possibilities for your future. Belief in yourself also involves recognizing your own potential for growth. We often limit ourselves by thinking that we are either capable or not capable of doing something, but true self-belief recognizes that we can always grow. Every challenge, every failure, and every moment of discomfort is an opportunity for development. Belief in yourself is the understanding that even if you don't know something today, you have the ability to learn, adapt, and improve tomorrow. Overcoming doubts and fear is one of the most essential steps on the path to success, and it is something everyone faces at some point in their journey. Doubts and fear are natural reactions to uncertainty and the unknown, but they do not have to control you or dictate your decisions. They are often the result of our own insecurities or the limitations we place on ourselves based on past experiences or the expectations of others. To succeed, you must learn to confront and rise above these emotions, turning them from obstacles into stepping stones. Doubt is often rooted in the fear of failure or the fear of not being good enough. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you don't have what it takes, that your dreams are too big, and that the risks are too high. But here's the truth. Doubt thrives in the absence of action. The more you hesitate, the more room you give doubt to grow. The more you step forward despite that doubt, the weaker its hold becomes. Every small action, every decision made despite uncertainty, weakens the grip of self-doubt. Fear is a similar force, but it is even more powerful and paralyzing. It can manifest in many ways. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of making the wrong choice, or the fear of not being able to handle the challenges ahead. Fear tells you to play it safe, to stay within your comfort zone, and to avoid risks at all costs. But what fear doesn't tell you is that true growth only happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every success has come from someone who was willing to face fear head on and keep moving forward despite it. The key to overcoming doubt and fear is recognizing that both are just feelings, not facts. They are not the reality of your potential. They are simply emotions that arise in response to perceived threats, often ones that are not even real. Doubt and fear can be so convincing, especially when they are amplified by external pressures or past experiences. But you must learn to separate those emotions from your true capabilities. You are not your fears. You are not your doubts. You are what you choose to become. One of the most powerful ways to overcome doubt is to shift your mindset from a focus on potential failure to a focus on potential growth. Instead of worrying about what might go wrong, focus on what you can learn from each experience. Failure is not a reflection of your worth or potential. It is simply feedback. Every time something doesn't go as planned, you are given an opportunity to adjust, adapt, and grow stronger. The more you embrace failure as part of the process, the less fear will hold you back. Another critical step in overcoming fear is to take action in spite of it. It's easy to think that fear will go away if you wait long enough, but the truth is, fear rarely disappears entirely. What does happen, however, is that the more you face it, the more you realize that it doesn't have the power to control you. Action is the antidote to fear. By taking small steps forward, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you can handle the challenges, and that fear does not define your limits. Finally, to overcome doubt and fear, you must develop the ability to believe in yourself, even when everything around you seems uncertain. When you know deep down that you are worthy of success, that you have the ability to rise to the occasion, and that every fear is just an opportunity for growth, you gain the courage to move forward regardless of how loud the doubts become. Resilience in the face of failure is one of the most vital qualities anyone can cultivate. Failure is an inevitable part of life, whether in business, relationships, or personal growth. We all encounter setbacks, but resilience is what allows us to rise after we fall, to learn from our failures, and to keep moving forward with even greater determination. It's not the absence of failure, but the ability to persevere through it that defines success. Failure can often feel like a personal defeat. It can shake our confidence, make us question our abilities, and leave us feeling like we're not good enough. In those moments, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-pity or to blame ourselves for not succeeding. But true resilience comes from a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing failure as a permanent state, resilient individuals see it as a temporary setback, a part of the journey, not the end of it. It's the understanding that failure is not who you are, but what you experience. The first step in developing resilience is acknowledging that failure doesn't define you. It's easy to tie your self-worth to your achievements or successes, but doing so can lead to fragile confidence, easily shattered by even the smallest failure. Resilient people know that their value is not contingent upon success. They understand that they are not defined by their failures, but by how they choose to respond to them. This mindset allows them to face challenges with a sense of purpose and a deep understanding that failure is just a part of the process, not a reflection of their character or potential. When failure strikes, it's important to give yourself permission to feel the emotions that come with it. Disappointment, frustration, and even anger are natural responses to failure. However, resilience requires you to move through those emotions rather than dwell on them. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but about not letting them control you. Feel the frustration, but then use that energy to fuel your next steps. Resilience is the ability to acknowledge your emotions and still take action, to face adversity without letting it hold you back. Another critical aspect of resilience is learning from your failures. Each failure carries with it a lesson, something you can take away and use to improve. But this requires a willingness to reflect. Instead of just brushing off the experience or blaming external factors, resilient individuals take the time to assess what went wrong and why. They ask themselves, what could I have done differently? What did I learn from this experience? How can I apply these lessons in the future? This reflective process turns failure into a valuable teacher, one that offers insights that can guide you toward success the next time around. Resilience also involves an unwavering commitment to keep going no matter how many times you fall. It's easy to give up when things get tough or when you feel like you've failed too many times to continue. But resilient individuals refuse to quit. They understand that success is not a straight line, but a series of ups and downs, of progress and setbacks. The key is to keep moving forward, even when the path seems unclear. Every step, no matter how small, gets you closer to your goal. Every failure, no matter how painful, brings you closer to your ultimate success. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often simply the willingness to keep going. A significant part of resilience is also the ability to adapt. When one path doesn't work, resilient people don't stubbornly continue down it. Instead, they adjust their approach. They understand that success doesn't always come in the way you expect. Sometimes you have to pivot, try something new, or explore alternative solutions. Adaptability is a cornerstone of resilience because it allows you to stay flexible in the face of failure, ensuring that you don't remain stuck in a situation that isn't working. Lastly, resilience is strengthened through the support of others. While resilience is an internal strength, it's often reinforced by the encouragement and guidance of those around you. Surrounding yourself with a network of people who believe in you, who understand the value of persistence, and who are willing to offer support when things get tough is crucial. These individuals can provide perspective, offer advice, or simply be there to listen when you need to process your emotions. Persistence is one of the most powerful forces that shape success. It is the ability to keep going no matter how many times you face setbacks, how many obstacles stand in your way, or how discouraging the journey may seem. Persistence is not about avoiding failure, but about refusing to give up, even when the road ahead appears uncertain. It is the strength to continue pushing forward when others might quit, to stay committed to your vision when the end goal feels distant, and to take consistent, purposeful action despite challenges. At the heart of persistence lies the belief that success is not a matter of if, but when. Those who persist understand that the path to achievement is rarely linear. It involves moments of doubt, times when progress seems slow or non-existent, and days when giving up feels like the easier choice. However, persistent individuals recognize that failure is not permanent, and that obstacles are merely opportunities to adapt, learn, and grow. Every challenge faced is a step toward achieving something greater, and the more persistent you are, the closer you come to realizing your dreams. Persistence requires a deep sense of determination, a refusal to let temporary setbacks define your future. When things get difficult, it's easy to fall into the trap of discouragement, to think that perhaps you are not meant to succeed or that the goal is too big to reach. But persistence is the fuel that drives you to push through those moments. It is the determination to rise every time you fall, to face the unknown with courage, and to trust that your efforts, no matter how small, are building towards something meaningful. One of the key aspects of persistence is the ability to stay focused on your goal. It's easy to become distracted, especially when there are external pressures or when others around you may not understand your vision. But those who persist are able to stay true to their purpose, tuning out the noise and remaining focused on the outcome they are working toward. This doesn't mean ignoring feedback or being blind to reality, but rather understanding that staying the course is the only way forward. By keeping your eyes on the goal, you give yourself the strength to move through difficult times and the resilience to overcome challenges. Another critical element of persistence is patience. Often we want results quickly, especially in a world that demands instant gratification. But true success is a marathon, not a sprint. Persistence is about being willing to put in the work, day after day, even when immediate results are not visible. The process of achieving anything worthwhile takes time, and those who are patient and persistent are the ones who ultimately succeed. They understand that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to their goal. Persistence also requires the courage to face uncertainty and to make decisions without knowing the exact outcome. The future is always uncertain, and there will never be a perfect moment to take action or an ideal time to make a move. But persistent individuals know that waiting for the perfect conditions is a form of procrastination. They understand that taking action, even if it's imperfect, is far better than waiting indefinitely. Every decision made, every action taken, brings them closer to their desired outcome. Even if they stumble or face setbacks, persistence ensures that they continue to move forward, learning from each step along the way. One of the most powerful aspects of persistence is the way it cultivates resilience. When you persist through adversity, you strengthen your ability to bounce back from failure. You develop an unshakable confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Each time you push through, each time you keep going despite the odds, you build the mental and emotional stamina needed to face even greater challenges in the future. Persistence isn't just about achieving one goal. It's about developing a mindset that makes you capable of tackling anything life throws your way. Persistence also brings clarity. Often when we encounter obstacles, our immediate response is to question whether we are on the right path. But persistence allows us to stay with the process long enough to see the bigger picture. It allows us to learn the lessons we need to learn and to refine our strategies as we go. Sometimes the path we initially envisioned isn't the one that leads to success, but by remaining persistent, we uncover new ways to achieve our goals and find greater success than we originally imagined. Taking responsibility for your future is one of the most empowering decisions you can make. It is about owning your choices, acknowledging your role in shaping your destiny, and understanding that your actions today directly influence the life you will lead tomorrow. Far too often, people look outside themselves for the reasons they have or haven't achieved what they desire. They blame circumstances, others, or even fate for the obstacles they face. But the truth is, you are the architect of your own future, and it is your decisions, actions, and mindset that create the life you will live. Responsibility begins with the acknowledgement that you have control over your own life. External forces may shape certain aspects of your journey, but it is your responses to those forces that matter most. No matter where you start or what challenges you face along the way, you always have the power to decide how you will move forward. Taking responsibility means accepting that your choices, no matter how small, have a cumulative impact on your life. Every action you take today shapes the possibilities for tomorrow. To take responsibility for your future is to stop waiting for someone else to change your circumstances. It means realizing that while you can't control everything, you can always control how you react. Instead of looking for someone to hand you opportunities, you start creating them. Instead of waiting for things to fall into place, you begin taking the steps necessary to make things happen. Success does not belong to those who wait for the right time or the perfect circumstances. It belongs to those who actively seek opportunities and take deliberate actions to improve their situation. Taking responsibility for your future also means recognizing the power of your mindset. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes shape your reality. If you consistently think negatively or tell yourself that success is out of reach, then you will create an environment where that becomes true. On the other hand, a mindset focused on possibility and growth opens up opportunities, fosters resilience, and enables you to see solutions where others might see roadblocks. Responsibility begins in your mind. It's about understanding that the way you perceive the world influences the way you engage with it. When you take responsibility for your future, you commit to nurturing a mindset that empowers you, fuels your progress, and encourages you to think outside the box. Another important aspect of taking responsibility is the willingness to face the consequences of your actions, both good and bad. Every decision you make comes with a result, whether positive or negative. It is easy to take credit for successes, but it takes courage and maturity to own your failures. When you take responsibility for your future, you stop blaming others for your mistakes. Instead, you focus on learning from them. When you embrace accountability, you transform failure into a valuable lesson, an opportunity to adjust, grow, and ultimately succeed in the future. Taking responsibility is also about making conscious, intentional decisions. So often, people go through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances rather than actively shaping their futures. Taking responsibility means making deliberate choices, even when it's uncomfortable or difficult. It's about creating goals, setting clear intentions, and consistently working toward them. It's understanding that where you are today is the result of the choices you've made in the past, and where you will be tomorrow is the result of the decisions you make today. Part of taking responsibility is also acknowledging the importance of time. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, and how you use it can have a profound impact on your future. By choosing to invest your time in activities that align with your values and goals, you are directly influencing the outcomes of your life. Procrastination and wasted time are not just minor inconveniences. They are silent thieves that rob you of the future you could have had. Taking responsibility for your future means using your time wisely, prioritizing the things that matter most, and not allowing distractions to steer you off course. Furthermore, taking responsibility means not waiting for others to fix things for you. It is about owning your role in relationships, career, and personal development. While it's natural to seek advice, mentorship, or support, you understand that the ultimate responsibility lies with you. It means taking ownership of your growth and actively seeking ways to improve. Whether it's learning new skills, developing healthier habits, or taking risks to move outside your comfort zone. Responsibility requires action. The power to shape your future is always in your hands. Lastly, taking responsibility means recognizing that the future is built day by day. Every small decision, every action, and every commitment you make plays a part in shaping the life you want to create. It's about recognizing that the path to success is rarely immediate or effortless. There will be obstacles, distractions, and times when it feels easier to give up. But when you take responsibility for your future, you understand that sustained effort over time will yield results. You accept the process as part of the journey, knowing that each step forward is a step closer to the life you envision. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. It is the catalyst that transforms ideas into tangible results and aspirations into achievements. Without action, even the most brilliant plans and visions remain unfulfilled, trapped in the realm of possibility, but never actualized. It's easy to get caught up in thinking, planning, and waiting for the right moment, but without the momentum that comes from taking action, those thoughts and plans will remain stagnant. Action is the defining factor that separates wishful thinking from actual success. The first thing to understand about the importance of action is that action is the process of progress. It is not enough to sit back and hope for things to change. You must actively engage in making that change happen. Every decision, no matter how small, propels you forward. Whether it's sending that email, making that phone call, or taking that first step toward a new goal, each act of action builds upon the last. In a world filled with distractions and delays, it is easy to let time slip away without making any real progress. But when you make the decision to act, you are taking control of your future. Action also helps to clarify your goals. When you take the first step, you begin to see the full picture more clearly. Often people hesitate because they feel uncertain about how things will turn out. They want to wait until they have all the answers or until they feel 100% confident. But the truth is, confidence comes through action. The more you act, the more you learn and the clearer your path becomes. Each step you take reveals new opportunities, challenges, and solutions. In essence, action helps you figure out what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust along the way. Waiting for perfection or the ideal circumstances will only hold you back. Action is also a powerful tool for overcoming fear and doubt. When we set out to do something new or difficult, fear often creeps in, telling us we're not capable, that failure is imminent, or that we'll make mistakes. The best way to silence that voice of fear is to act in spite of it. Action forces you to move through the discomfort, showing you that fear is often a product of overthinking and that the reality of taking action is far less daunting. As you begin to take consistent steps toward your goals, fear gradually loses its grip on you. Inaction, on the other hand, allows fear to control you, making it grow stronger and more paralyzing over time. Moreover, action provides valuable feedback. It allows you to see whether your approach is effective or needs adjustments. When you take action, you gain insights into what is working and what isn't, allowing you to make informed decisions going forward. This feedback loop is crucial for growth and improvement. Without action, you are left in a vacuum of uncertainty, never knowing whether your plans would succeed or fail. It's only by testing those plans in the real world that you can learn, adapt, and refine your strategy.